If there's one genre that in the last few years I have really come to change my opinion on, it would have to be the romance genre. A few years ago, I didn't care for it at all. Then I watched a show called Clannad, and Clannad was the first show to break my stereotype of the romance genre. I realized that it wasn't the romance genre that I hated, but the shallow pandering romance movies that Hollywood is flooded with. Ever since I realized that, the romance genre has quickly become one of my favorite genres. But one subgenre of romance that I have felt has been consistently lower quality is gay and lesbian movies and shows. The vast majority of gay romances, I feel, have been very low quality. They tend to feel like the shallow pandering garbage that scared me away from romance in the first place. More often than not, the gay and lesbian side characters in other genres of film usually have better romantic stories than the actual dedicated gay romances I have seen. Now, the show I will be reviewing today goes by the name of Love Stage, and it is a gay romance. But it does what most gay romances don't do, and that is actually being a good show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my review of Love Stage. Like I mentioned earlier, the two main characters of the show are Izumi and Roma. Izumi comes from family entertainers who wants desperately to be a manga artist, despite not having any talent for it. And Roma is a celebrity who worked his entire life to get to where he is today. What I particularly love about these characters is how they struggle to understand their sexuality. This makes the show feel a lot more realistic. In reality, people don't understand their sexuality right off the bat. It can be difficult. It can be a struggle for some people to understand their sexuality, especially considering how many people hold a negative opinion on gays. Even though I am not gay, I felt that making the characters question themselves and not know who they are right off the bat made the whole experience feel a lot more realistic. As for the side characters, the main ones are Izumi's family and his family's manager. Izumi's parents love Izumi very much, but they really want him to follow in their footsteps and become an entertainer. Izumi's brother is the lead singer in a very popular band, and is probably the character that understands Izumi the best out of everyone in the show. His manager, whose name is Rei, is very loyal to Izumi's family. He always wants the best for Izumi, even if it doesn't always seem like it at the time. There is a problem with some of the side characters though. Some of them are introduced and they're very interesting, and I feel like they have stories to tell, but they just never get developed. I would have loved to see some of the side characters get more screen time, but that would probably be impossible given the 10 episode length. For the animation, there really isn't much to say. The animation is solid all around, and most of the things that look like problems at first glance turn out to either be done for comedy, to set the right tone, or to have to be done due to Japanese censorship laws on homosexuality, which is a topic I'll get to in a moment. I think the most noteworthy things about the animation is how bright and colorful the art style is, and the censorship, which was done extremely well and might have actually improved the art style of the show overall. The colorfulness of the show really made it feel upbeat and sets it apart from a lot of other shows out there. The censorship was also done shockingly well. Whenever Izumi and Roma would have an intimate moment, their entire bodies would change color in order to act as a censor to comply with Japanese law. The part that made this genius was that the colors would change with the characters' emotions, allowing the viewer to better understand their emotions without the characters needing to say a word. This was an extremely creative way of using censorship laws into a form of mise-en-scène, or show don't tell. This is especially great since most anime seem to have a problem with this. Since most anime are adaptations of books or manga, which are much less visual mediums and more telling a story through words, animes tend to have a hard time translating that information into film without having huge info dumps, and this was a great way of getting around that. Overall, the animation for the show was solid and managed to be very creative for what they were allowed to do. Currently, there is no dub for Love Stage, but considering that it is currently licensed by Sentai Filmworks, it is very possible there might be one coming in the future. Although the quality of Sentai dubs can vary quite a bit, so waiting for one might lead to disappointment. As for the sub, the voice acting in the show is really great. The acting is often over-exaggerated, but that just helps the show emphasize the comedy more. The music for the show, although not being amazing, does do a really great job at setting the tone during key moments. As for the opening and ending songs, they're both really great and I watch them every episode. As I said in the beginning of the review, I really like a good romance show, and this show fits the bill quite nicely. If you enjoy the romance genre and don't mind the shows about gay romance, then I highly recommend you watch the show. This show is upbeat enough to keep a smile on your face, and the only thing that might turn you away from the show, excluding people who don't like romances, is the censorship in the show. But that was done so well that most people won't even realize that it's censorship. I didn't at first. I assumed that was an artistic decision at first. That being said, I think it's finally time to move on to the score for this show. For story, I'll be giving Love Stage a 7.5 out of 10, because although it was really well done, I found it too predictable at times. Characters gets an 8 out of 10 for having a very well developed main cast, but having a few side characters that left a lot to be desired. Animation receives an 8.5 out of 10 for having very solid animation throughout the entire show. Sound receives an 8 for having great Japanese voice acting and very well placed music. Lastly, for enjoyment, I'll be giving Love Stage an 8.5 out of 10 for being a very enjoyable romance that manages to successfully try something new. That leaves Love Stage with a very respectable overall rating of 8.1 out of 10. Love Stage is licensed in North America by Sentai Filmworks, but they have yet to have a home video release. It is also available for legal stream on Crunchyroll, the Anime Network, as well as Hulu for the American. Links will be in the description. Or if you have already watched Love Stage and are looking for something else to watch, then I have 2 shows to recommend for you. The first show I'll recommend is Toradora because it's another brilliant romance. Or if you're looking for more of a taboo love story where the characters have to struggle to understand their feelings, then I have a show for you. It is called Koikaze. People who don't know much about the show beyond the themes may question this choice, but I guarantee you after you watch it, you'll understand why I chose this show to recommend. And that is all for now. If you'd like to follow me on Twitter, it is @mapns99. The link will be in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, thanks for watching.